this topic because the theme of this topic is that we are going to if we have some conditional statement, if we want to execute those conditional statements, so what are the options we have? So in Java programming language there are two options which we have in order to basically represent or in order to perform some operations if we want to execute some conditional statement. Which first one is your if statement and second one is your switch statement. So we have already covered your if, else if, nested if. Okay. So these things we have already covered in our last lecture. So the main thing or the points which we need to consider whenever we are working on your if statement is that whatever the condition which we are writing it inside this your if statement, it should be your boolean. It should return some boolean value. Okay. So again, I just want to revise the concept. If I'm going to write 5 over there, okay, and if I'm going to write some statement, any statement if I'm going to write, okay, and if I'm going to execute this entire program, so I will get an error over here. Okay, why? Because we are not passing our if statement is not because it is not we are not returning any boolean value over there, either true value or false value. Other than that, we are not going to basically execute this statement. So that is why always keep in your mind is that whenever in question we will give you some question, and in that question if we have passed 5 over there or 1 over there, and if we are saying that what will be the output, so don't execute this program. Always say we will get a compile time error. Second thing which you need to keep in your mind is related to your no statement if. So no statement if is if I'm going to write 5 is greater than 3, and if I'm going to use semicolon. So if I'm going to execute this code, so again, always keep in your mind that it is valid in Java, and this kind of your conditional statement of if is known as your no statement. Okay, like that, because we haven't written any statement, and it is also valid in Java. So how basically our compiler will see like, okay, you have written this and you are not executing anything. Okay, so no statement is there, so you can write it like that. Okay, so third thing which is very important with respect to your if condition is that these your curly braces are optional in Java, but they have one condition. Okay, so the condition is that if we are going to just write it down, statement 1. Okay, statement 1, I'm just writing it out like your system.out.println and hello world, and second one is your statement 2, that is your hello world or hi world, like that. If I'm going to execute this program, then what will happen? It will execute. So the statement, okay, so let's assume the statement is this: 3 is greater than 5. Okay, so if we have a condition like this, so according to, if we don't have a knowledge about these curly braces concept, if we are not using it, then we will say that okay, it will not execute anything, no output we will get. Okay, no output we will get. Why? Because 3 is greater than 5, so it will return as false, so we will not get an error. No, sorry, not output. But logically, if we'll see that after executing this code, it will execute this statement, and that statement will be statement 2. Why? Because if statement we haven't used curly braces, so if we are not using curly braces, so it will execute only one statement. After that statement, if you whatever the statement, it will not come under this your if statement condition. Okay, always keep in your mind. Then after that, we have discussed about your else if statement too. So if you want that inside if statement, you want to give several other conditions too. Like if a student is having greater than this marks, so it will comes under this grade. If a student comes under greater than 50 marks, so it will come under this grade, like that. So if you want to write that a program using a if statement, if you want to pass multiple several conditions, okay, and for every condition you want to execute particular statement, so in that scenario you always use else if statement. As I told you, in else if you have a space in between, okay, and based on that you always try to execute the code. Now, third thing which we have learned in your else if statement is related to your else. Okay, so again, this else block of code is again optional. Okay, so it is again optional and it will be executed at last, because you already know that we are executing our code from top to bottom. We are executing our code from top to bottom. So that is why what will happen, first of all, it will execute if this condition is true, then it will terminate our entire this condition. Okay, so as I told you earlier in the last lecture also, if condition 1, we are satisfying condition 1, even though if we are satisfying condition 2, then it will if condition 1 we are satisfying, so it will not execute condition 2, it will terminate this entire if statement. Okay, always remember this point is very important, because sometimes the student will think, okay, both the conditions are basically being satisfied, so it will execute statement 1 as well as statement 2. But always remember, it will set if we are satisfying any one of the condition, the condition which is coming first or satisfying first our any condition, so it will only though that block of code will be executed only. Okay, like this. And if so what is the advantage of else cases? Else cases that whenever nothing, we are not satisfying any cases or any condition in your else if statement, so it will directly go into your else block. So it is a very useful block. Okay, so sometimes we are giving several cases and we are saying that okay, rest of the other cases will always go over there in else statement. So we don't want to write anything, any condition for that. So else whatever the cases we have, we are going to just write it down over there. And always remember, we cannot write this else statement ahead of this else if statement. Okay, so you will get an error. So the always the flow of your program will be if, then you are going to write else. You cannot start a program with else over there. Okay, otherwise you will get an error. One more thing, one more point which I just want to discuss you with related to our this your Java if else if condition is that here in this question, if you will see over there, we have a code. Let me zoom this thing. Okay, so we have a code. We have created a class inside public static void main. I have given you a condition if 5 is greater than 3. Okay, then it is going to print system.out.println if, and again what I have written, I have written if condition again. You can see it over there. Again I have written what your if statement, and then I have printed system.out.println. Let's assume if 2, I just want to print if I want. I am just writing if 2. Else system.out.printf, or you can call it as println. Okay, println as what your hello. Now if we are going to execute this code, then what output we will get? Okay, whether we will get an error or what will be the output in this case. Let me open this output window. Yeah, so what output we will get it over there if we are going to execute this code. So let's execute this code. Okay, so the if we are going to execute this code, so the output which we are getting it over here is if and hello. Okay, now the question that comes into your mind is why we are getting the output hello over there, because you can see it over there, hello is a else condition. Okay, so our hello is in our else statement. So why it is executing this statement? So always remember, in your Java programming language, whenever you have written 2 if, 3 if, 5 if, for example, okay, and after that if you have written else statement later on, so this else is basically related to this if only, means closest if it will be it is related to. Okay, so our this else is right now not at all related with this if. According to our Java compiler, this if is not having any your else statement, but this if is having what else statement. So that is why it execute this thing. So we have satisfied our first condition. We got the output if over there. While in the second case, 5 is greater than 6, it will return us what? The value which is false. So that is why we will go towards the else statement of this statement. So always keep in your mind, if you have several ifs, okay, and after that you have else. So this else is related to which if? Okay, so in that scenario, it is related to the closest if, so which is nearest to this else. So right now, this
Sure.
yes,
Sure, like
yeah,
if in first if it
yeah,
does not satisfies, then that will print nothing now, because there is no else statement written for that
yeah,
first if.
yeah, 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 yeah. In that scenario, it will not print. So the question is, let's assume if I'm going to write 2 is greater than 3. Okay. So right now it is not satisfying our condition. So in that scenario, it will just print a hello. Why it is printing hello? Because for this case. Got it, na?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So that is why it will not execute any case. Okay.
So,
Yes.
so the
So
second
this
if is a nested if now.
Okay. You are saying that if you are going to write else if over there, this is what you are saying?
How?
No, no.
So I
Actually,
want to ask
okay,
like
okay,
कि
okay, okay. Actually, see here what we are not using nested if over there. If you will see over there, we are not using curly braces. And you already know that we have already discussed in just before that that whenever you are not using curly braces, so it will execute and consider it as a only it will execute only one statement after
one
that.
thing.
Okay, so it will not consider it like it is a nested if like that. Even though if you are saying that it will consider it as a nested if, so you if you are assuming it, okay, this is a kind of a nested if, then you can say that no, actually it is not a nested if. Okay, otherwise even though if this condition is false, so it will not execute this statement like that, huh?
हाँ वही.
Yeah, this is not
So
a
तो
nested.
अगर curly brackets लगा लिए तो हो जाएगा.
Yeah, yeah, it will work in that scenario because right now everything is inside this thing now. So if we are not satisfying first case, so it will not go inside the body of this program na. Got it na?
सर और ब्रैकेट लगा के सिर्फ else वाला ब्रैकेट के बाहर ही रखा तो else वाला if पहले वाले if के साथ ही आएगा ना कि the closest one के साथ.
No, no, again वही आपका अब आप उसको कैसे रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. If you are saying that अगर तुम यहाँ पर इसकी बॉडी if you are saying like this is if you are asking कि अब कौन सा ये else किससे रिलेटेड होगा. This is your question ना. So
नहीं
again
अगर if
closest.
के बाद ही ब्रैकेट लगा दिया तो सेकेंड if के बाद अगर ब्रैकेट क्लोज कर दिया तो else किससे रिलेटेड होगा.
अच्छा, मतलब इट मींस योर क्वेश्चन इज अगर हम इसको ऐसे क्लोज कर दें, दिस इज व्हाट यू आर सेइंग.
सर पहले वाले if की बॉडी में सेकेंड वाला if ही आए else ना आए.
ओके, सो इन दैट सिनेरियो सी अगर तुम्हें एल्स और इफ कंडीशन लिखनी है ना, तो इट्स बेटर टू ऑलवेज गो फॉर एल्स इफ स्टेटमेंट. ओके, सो जनरली तुम्हें ये वाला सिनेरियो कभी नहीं मिलेगा. दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू से इज दैट अगर तुम चाहते हो कि इसको नेस्टेड फॉर्म में तुम वर्क करना चाहते हो, according to your question which I am understanding is that you want that this else should related to this if. So in that scenario what you do, you always use if, then you always go for else if, else if. So basically this else is related to this if too. कि अगर कोई भी तुम्हारी कंडीशन मैच नहीं हो रही है, then it will directly go into our else statement. Otherwise if we are just writing if statement over there, right now our if are independent to each other. Okay, like in our earlier case, तो वो तुम्हारे क्या थे, independent थे. Got it?
Yes sir.
Okay. So now after that
तो सर
yes,
अभी मतलब ये नियरेस्ट इफ के साथ एसोसिएटेड है ना, मतलब एल्स एंड
yeah,
वाला.
yeah, it will always see ये आपका independent if है, this is an independent if. Okay, so now we have written else. So now this else is related to which if. Actually होता क्या है, because now because you have already studied your Python programming language. तो Python में क्या रहता है, तुम्हारा इंडेंटेशन इनमें भी बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करता है. Got it? but Java is not an indentation programming language. You can write, even if I'm going to write, even though it is not a very good programming practice, even though if I'm going to write else over there, so it will not give me any error like that. Okay, so you can write whatever the place you want to place this your else condition over there. So my question is that never get confused in your Java programming language. If I'm going to write else, otherwise you will see, okay, this if, and inside this if we have this else statement. So this else should be related to this if. No, it's not in the case of Java programming language. It will always the our
अगर सर
compiler.
फर्स्ट वाला जो है, इफ उसमें अगर करली ब्रेसेस लगाते हैं तो ये जो एल्स होगा वो फर्स्ट वाले के साथ रिलेट होगा या फिर मतलब कुछ और रिलेट करेगा? अगर
नहीं,
इसमें
वो अगेन वो क्लोजेस्ट वाले के साथ ही तुम्हारा रिलेट करेगा. दिस इज अगेन, अगर तुम ये वाला भी केस लेकर के चलोगे ना, तो ये एल्स जो भी मतलब जो उन्होंने एक्चुअल में प्रोग्रामिंग कर रखी है, जो इसका बैक एंड कोड इन्होंने कर रखा है, वो हमेशा एल्स विल ऑलवेज लुक फॉर नियरेस्ट इफ, कि कौन सा नियरेस्ट तुम्हारा इफ होगा हमेशा.
अगर इफ को ये वाला इफ है इसको नेस्टेड कर देते हैं तो तब
अगर तुम बोल रहे हो कि अगर हम इसको कर देते हैं एल्स इफ, ऐसे कर लेते हैं,
एल्स इफ नहीं मतलब नेस्टेड ही कर लेते हैं ना, मतलब अपन इसको समझ.
अच्छा, तुम बोल रहे हो कि अगर ये कंडीशन ट्रू हुई देन उसके बाद ये नेक्स्ट वाले इफ में जाएगा, फिर तो वो सिनेरियो पे डिपेंड करेगा कि वो तुम उसको अगर कर्ली ब्रेसेस के बाहर लिखोगे तो नो डाउट फिर वो बाहर वाले तुम्हारे इफ के साथ तुम्हारा वो कंसीडर करेगा.
ओके सर.
गॉट इट? अगर वो इनसाइड होगा तो वो प्रॉपर उस वाले इफ के साथ कंसीडर.
यस सर.
गॉट इट? ओके. So after this, we have discussed about, we have just started switch statement. Okay. So again, switch statement, when do we use switch statement? When you have several conditions. Okay. And you don't go for if else statement. Suppose you have several conditions and you don't want to write if else, else if like that. And you want to make your program more readable, as well as I told you, like the bytecode of switch statement is better, means better optimized code in comparison to your if else if code like that. Okay, so this is the syntax of your switch statement. Always remember this switch is in your lower case. Okay, I have seen like sometimes a student generally write as in your capital letter or in uppercase. So always try to remember that switch should be in your lower case. Then whatever the expression you want to write, okay, even you can write a equals to a plus 2 over there. It is not going, it will not create any issue. So suppose I have defined int a is equals to 1, and after that if I'm going to write a equals to a plus 2, a equals to a plus 2, so it is not going to give me any error later on. Even I'm going to show you this thing. Then after that we just write case.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, in expression it should be always a constant, you said.
No, I am telling you, no. So that constant is basically related to these cases, which I told you. Got it? So I'm telling you about the thing because last time I haven't covered the entire topic of switch statement. I'm telling you where do you require your constants and where do you require. See, you in your switch statement. In your switch statement, you have two things. First thing is expression, and second thing is your cases. Okay, so these for your cases you can take only two things. Either you can take literals, okay, and second one is you can take your constant variables. Your constant variables. Only two things you can take for this thing. But here what you can do, you can take any expression, okay, because but the reason in that expression it should return some value. It should return some value. So like I can show you one code over there, like one example. In this example, you can see it over there. We have taken what day as of what your 4. Okay. Now, according to you, you already know that like in the last class, I have told you about or introduced one this your new non-access modifier, that is your final. Final we always use whenever we want to make this variable value as constant. Okay, now but right now its value is not constant, but what we are using it, we can use it here. Okay, no issue at all, but we cannot use this variable here in these cases. Okay, we cannot use these values. So for these cases, I told you that the value should be either literals or it should be your constant value. But here you can write any expression you want to write, but the expression should return some value. Okay, it's not like that it should not return any value. Now the second thing which is very important with respect to your switch statement is that can we use any expression? First is related to data type. Okay, can we data type? So till now, how many data types we have covered? We have covered byte, then we have covered your short, then we have covered int, then we have covered your long. So these are for your integer value. For floating values, we have used float and your double. Okay, then we have gone through to your char and your boolean, and last one we haven't discussed because this is a class, but we have an idea about what a string is. Okay, like this. So till now we have covered all these data types. So in this expression, our switch statement, what kind of data type it can take? Okay, so our always remember switch statement cannot take all the data type values. So it will take byte data type, it will take short data type, it will take int data type. And always remember it will not take long data type values. I will give you one example. I will show you, I will demonstrate you this situation. Similarly, our switch statement will never take over here. Always remember over here, okay? It will never take your float point values as well as your double point values. While it will take character value, but it will not take Boolean values. Similarly, it will take your string value. So in the earlier versions of Java, that is like before 1.4, it will not consider a string as a data type. Okay, it will not consider a string. But in our later your versions of your Java, it will consider your string data type also. So these are the data types which you are going to pass inside our this your switch statement. So if I'm going to write int a equals to 4, and if I'm going to pass a over there, I'm just writing a over there. So my program will execute fine. If I'm going to write it down as your byte short, it will work fine. But if I'm going to write it down as long, okay, so long, so it will not consider your long. So it will give me an error that it will not consider long data type values. Okay. So the reason why it will not consider long data type value is related to the number of test cases. Okay. Because you know the size of your long is what your 8 byte, and you know the ranges of your long data type value. So it is very huge. Okay. So generally in Java programmer, they came to know about that for Java program, int data type range is sufficient for your switch statement. So that is why they came to know about that. It's better to invalidate this your long data type value. Okay, so because this value is too large. Okay, always remember this thing. Now the second thing is why they have removed these float and double values, because you know that float and double values can store infinity values too. Okay, so if you want to store infinity value, so you can store infinity value in your float and double data type. How can you? Because you can write 0.01, you can write 0001, you can write 012. So there are infinite values. Okay, so that is why they again came to know about that it's better to remove float and double values, because again it can take infinity values and sometimes you might get some exception or some errors. So it's better to avoid your float and double value. So that's why they have removed float and double data types too in your switch data, in your switch expression or switch statement. Now it can consider your character. Okay, so you already know that character is of your 2 bytes. So
Sir,
655. Yes.
If we take 3.0, then also it take or not?
No, it will not take actually your these values, actually double or float values. It will not consider. Basically, we will get an error if we will consider float and double values. Okay, so we can consider byte, short, int. Even though if we will take long, we will get an error. Float, we will take an error. Double, we will take an error. Char, we will take an error. Now wait, why they have removed the boolean over there? Okay, because you already know that whenever we are using boolean expression, we always get two values, either true or false value. Okay, so we always get only two values, true or false. So they have recommended that it's better to use if and else in that scenario. Okay, no need to use switch statement whenever you are getting boolean kind of expressions. Okay, because you will have either true or false. So in that scenario, again they have removed your boolean expressions. Now the last one is your string. So yes, string data type, it can consider, or it will consider your string data type too. Okay, so whenever you are going to write any switch statement, and for that if you want to select some data type, okay, whatever the data type you want to pass it in that particular expression, so these are the options you have: byte, short, int, char, and your string. Only these data types. Other than that, if you are going to use other expressions, so in that scenario you will get an error. Okay, like this. Now second thing which we need to consider about our switch statement is related to the case. Okay, so again this is a keyword which you need to write. What I want to say is that if in your job, in your switch statement, if I'm going to write switch, let's write a program. If I'm going to write int a is equals to 1, okay, and if I'm going to write switch, and if I'm going to write, I am passing this expression a over here, and here if I'm going to write case 1, okay, and I'm just writing system.out.println something, some message hi, for example. So if I'm going to execute this program, so I will get an error. Why I will get an error? Because in Java programming language, if we are using switch statement, it is mandatory that we have to use curly braces. So if we are not using curly braces, so we will get an error. Okay, so always whenever you are using switch statement, always use curly braces. Okay, similarly, similar to our if statement, we have an empty switch statement too. It means if in this program, if I'm going to write this expression and if I'm going to execute this statement, okay, so what will happen? I will get the output, even though I will not get any output in the video, but the thing is that I will not get any error. Okay, so in Java programming language, similar to our if statement, we can write empty switch statement too. Over there, we are writing empty if statement. Here we can write empty switch statement. But in the case of if, even though if you are not writing curly braces, it will execute your code. But in the case of your switch statement, if you are not writing curly braces, you will get an error. Okay, always remember this. Now after that, we have to write these cases, case, whatever the case you want to write, then case. So you can write n number of cases. So there are no limitation related to that. Okay, it's not like that you can write only 5 case, 10 case, like that. So it's up to you that how many cases you want to execute. So for example, right now we have only 2 cases, that is our x. So for x, I can pass even literals as well as constant values. So in most of the scenarios, in most of the problems, you will see that we are passing the literals value. Okay, so literals are what your integer number, which we are, all these are what your literals, which we are basically assigning to our these your variables. These are known as what your literals. Okay, like one is a literal, which we are assigning it into our whatever this value, our variable name a, like that. Okay, now after that, we generally used break statement too. Again, this is optional. Always remember, this thing is optional. If you want to include break, that is okay. If you don't want to use break, it's up to you. Okay, so it depends upon your code whether you want to use the functionality of break or not. Okay, and always remember you have these :2 whenever you are defining a case, and then this case is again optional. This case is known as your default, and default case is optional, and its functionality is quite similar to our else statement. Its functionality is similar to our else statement. And what does it mean? It means if all the cases are not satisfying the condition, then we will directly go print the value inside my default statement. Okay, so this is how you are going to execute your code.
सर
Now, yes.
अगर मतलब ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट यूज में नहीं लेंगे तो कोई रिजल्ट पे इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा क्या उसका?
Yes, it will surely it will affect our code too. Okay, so I am going to tell you about one example. Okay,
Sure.
so let's take one example. So in this example, I have taken int a is equals to 2. Okay, and I'm just writing switch statement. I'm just writing it like this, and I just want to write it down a over there. After this, I told you that it is mandatory to write curly braces. Then I'm just writing case. You can write whatever you want. Okay, I'm just writing it 1 over here. Okay, so if I'm going to write 1 over there and I want to print something, system.out.println, I just want to print hi over there. Okay, now for case 2, I have print system, sorry, I just want to print system.out.println hello. Then I have written case 3 system.out.println, suppose anything like that. Okay, so suppose what by now in this program, if you will see over there, I haven't used two your keywords, which are your break and your default. And I told you that these two keywords are what your optional. These two keywords are optional. It means that even if you are not going to use these keywords, you will not get any error. Okay, so what does it mean? If I am going to execute this code, how my compiler will execute this code? Okay, so first of all, it will take the variable, okay, a equals to 2, that is okay, and it will in the memory, it will assign a equals to 2 inside my memory. Then inside switch, I am passing a over there, so my switch will take the value of a is what my 2. Now this 2 is going to be meshed with my case, whatever the I have expression or literals I have passed. Whether 1 is equals to 2, no, the condition is false. So it will not execute my first case. So directly it will go for my second case. So I have written 2 over there, and here I am getting in the RHS, so 2 is equals to 2. So the condition is true. Okay, so the condition is true. So that is why what will happen, it will satisfy this case and it will execute this statement. Okay,
Sir,
yes.
if I give case 2 and case 3 are the same case values, is it is working or there is any error?
Sorry, your question is if we are using?
So case 2 and case 3, if I use instead of 3, I give two value as well for the case 3
Okay,
also.
okay. The question is, if we are going to give you 2 over there, then what will happen? This is yours asking me now. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So for this scenarios, we will get an error, and the error which we will get over here is duplicate values. Okay, duplicate values. So for case, what are the rules? So there are rules for case. So first of all, I just want to tell you about the rules for the cases. Okay, rules for your cases. So what are the things you can write in your case? First thing is, first rule is related to that you can write, you can use even literals or constant variables, sorry. So as I told you in the last class. Second thing is that you cannot use no duplicate values. No duplicate values. So these two things are very important. Okay. And third one is that you cannot exceed, okay, or you cannot not use different data type. Okay, you cannot use different data type too over here. What I want to say is that let's take one more example. So it's better if I'm going to execute these codes on this online compiler. Yes, what question you have?
So actually you told yesterday that like if case 2 is like means it's satisfying this condition, it will print and it will not go further.
No, I told you, see, this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you what actually will happen in the code. So in this program, I will tell you, I will explain you each and everything, what will happen. Okay. Now, so using this code, I'm 100% sure that all of you will understand the entire concept of switch statement. Okay. So let's take the case. Now what I told you, that in switch statement, you can write any expression. What we generally write, you can use I equals to I plus 2, I equals to I plus 1. You can perform switch operation like this. So if I'm going to perform I equals to I plus 2 over there, okay. So in reality, what value I will get for I will get the value 3 over there. So now if I'm going to execute this code, okay. So now if I'm going to execute this code, so the output which I will get it over there is hello world over there. Now, got it? So this is the output I will get it over there. So first thing is that I can use any expression, whatever the expression I want over here. Okay. Inside my this switch statement. Always remember here, because sometimes the student get confused with that. I told him that you cannot use any variables over here. You can use variables here. Okay. Always remember, you can use variables here inside switch, but you cannot use variables over here. So let's take, if I'm going to write I over here, okay. So what I have written over there, case I over there. So now let's execute the code. So now in this case, you will see we will getting an error, and the error which we are getting it over there is constant expression required. See, always remember, we always required what your constant expression. That is why it is very important. Here you can use variable. It's not an issue. Why? Because here we are just passing an expression. But here for cases, it is mandatory that you should have a constant value. So that is why if I am going to write final over there, which I have told you, like for me, in order to make a constant value, what we generally use, we use a final data type. Okay. So now if I'm going to execute this code, so see the output which I will get it over there. Let's assume what is happening. Okay. Why I am getting an error? Because I told you earlier that we cannot modify the value of your I. Okay. So now if I'm going to execute the value, so I will get the output. Hello world. Okay. See, I'm getting why I am not getting any error in this I variable right now. I am not getting any error because now I have made this variable as a constant variable. Okay. Otherwise, if I am going to remove this variable, then what will happen? I will get an error. See, now I am getting an error. Okay, like this. Now this is all about our first case. Now I am going to tell you about the second case, which I told you here is that it should be your literals and constant. Now we have an idea about literals and constant. Now let's take duplicate value. So what if I am going to write it down case 1 over there, and again if I am going to copy paste over there, okay, again same case if I am going to revise. So logically you also know that it should not be validated by your Java compiler. And again, our Java compiler is very intelligent. That is why what it will do, it will give us an error. So see what error we will get. The error which we will get over there is duplicate case label. Okay, so you cannot use duplicate case labels over here in your Java programming language. Always keep in your mind. Okay, now the third case is related to, which I told you here, is no use of different data types values. Okay, what does it mean? If I am using byte over there, Okay, you already know that we can use byte data type over here, okay, like this. And if I am going to write 130 over there, okay, so you already know the range of byte data type is what? My byte data type is minus 128 to 127, and I have just written 130, case number 130. So if we are going to execute this code, then what happened? We are getting an error. So the error which we are getting it over here is incompatible types, again integer to byte data type. Okay, so similar error we are getting it over here. So always remember that your data type should be same. Okay, it should be same whenever you are going to execute it. Otherwise, and one more thing is that sometimes a student get confused that okay, we can take the case like 1 2 3 4 like that. No, if you want to take case 5 over here and 3 over here, no need to worry. Okay, you can take like this too. Okay, this like here I have written case 5, case 3, it will execute fine, you will not get any error. So if I'm going to execute my code over here, so let's take C. Now I'm not getting any output. So you already know that because I equals to 1. So it is not going to satisfy even case this as well as case this. So that is why I'm not getting any output. But always keep in your mind that you can take whatever the constant values you want to take, either in ascending order, descending order, or any other you can take. Okay, no need to worry. Now the third thing is that yeah, these are the all cases, the theory behind your casing. Is there anyone who is having any doubt related to that?
No, sir.
So,
Okay, okay. Now I just want to show you one expression too. Okay. Now let's take, if I am going to execute case number 1, okay, I equals to, and I am executing, this is my case 1, this is my case 2, and let's assume here it is my high word Java program. So you know that it is valid in Java because I have used byte data type over there, and I have used over here I am passing this expression, and I have just written case 1 and your case 2. Now, if I'm going to execute this code, let's see what output I will get. Okay, so the output which I'm getting it over here is hello world and your hi world. See, two things I'm getting it. So why I'm getting these two? Why I'm going to? Why? Because it is satisfying only one case. Okay, why we are able to execute all this case 2 too. Okay, so this is how basically our switch statement execute. So switch statement always execute from top to bottom. So that is why it is advisable. It is advisable to write break statement. Okay, it is advisable to write break statement, because if you are not going to write break statement, and suppose if it is satisfied by any one of the cases, okay, anyone, like here case 1 it is satisfying, so automatically whatever the cases that are there after this case, all the statements will be printed or executed. Okay, always remember this point. This point is very important. So that's why one student asked me, like in the last class I told him that okay, it will execute only this case too, like this case it will execute, okay, like this thing. No, if you are basically executing, if you are executing only if you haven't used break statement, and if it is satisfying your case 2, then it will execute this case as well as this case. Suppose we have case 4 over here, then it will execute case 4 too. If you have case 5 over there, then it will execute case 5 too. All the cases will be executed after that. So that is why we always use your break statement. Okay. So what is the purpose of break statement over there? So the main purpose of break statement is that if this condition is satisfied, we are going to execute this statement, and later on we will entirely break this switch statement and we will come out from this switch statement. So now if I'm going to execute this code, so you will see that we are just getting one output, that is what my hello world. Okay, I'm not getting hi world right now. Why I am not getting high word over there? Because I have used a break statement over there. Break keyword I have used. So always remember this is very important. Okay.
सर
So
Yes. Yes.
सर ये अगर
सर
मतलब
एक्चुअली
टॉप
केस
से बॉटम
वन
अगर ये
जैसे
एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हैं टॉप से बॉटम, तो अगर सर अपन डुप्लीकेट्स भी अगर यूज कर रहे हैं बिना ब्रेक, मतलब ब्रेक अगर स्टेटमेंट लगा के, तो मतलब बिना ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट लगाए तब भी तो सर वो वर्क करना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि
But
सर
you are saying
same
that अगर हम
question.
यहाँ पर 1-1 यूज करेंगे तो it will work according to you. This is what you are saying.
अगर ब्रेक हटा देते हैं तो
अगर हम ब्रेक हटा देते हैं तो
हाँ
तुम कह रहे हो कि ये वर्क करना चाहिए? नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक्चुअली होता कैसी, अभी तुम इसको डिफरेंट वे से लेकर के चल रहे हो कि अच्छा ये भी वर्क करना चाहिए, ये वाला ऑप्शन भी वर्क करना चाहिए। लेकिन अगर हम उसको प्रैक्टिकली एक बार सोच के देखें, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट प्रैक्टिकली, हम एक केस को एक वैल्यू पर हम दोनों डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्टेटमेंट लिख रहे हैं। व्हाई वी आर राइटिंग इट? क्या उसका कोई यूसेज है? आई डोंट थिंक सो कि उसका कोई यूसेज होगा। इट्स बेटर कि अगर एक ही केस में तुम्हारी तुम चाहते हो, इफ यू वांट कि तुम्हारा कोई भी एक्सप्रेशन और स्टेटमेंट इफ यू वांट टू राइट, इट्स बेटर टू राइट इट इन अ सिंगल केस स्टेटमेंट। इफ आई वांट आई विल डायरेक्टली राइट इट डाउन हियर, गॉट इट? So it is of no use. So that is why actually उन्होंने long data, but why they have removed long data type? In reality you will say, okay, what if we are going to use a long data, large data values, how we are going to basically show them? But they have just portrayed this entire scenario in a realistic manner, that in reality we never go for that much type, means a number of cases, or they have just gone through and they have just came to know about, okay, in reality we just require that much amount of cases. अगर इन फ्यूचर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि फ्यूचर में वो लॉन्ग को इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेट्स अज्यूम फ्यूचर में अगर उनको लगा कि हाँ भाई अब नाउ अ डेज now that much amount number of cases are required, okay, even in order to solve a problem, then what they will do in the latest version, what they will do, they will introduce even long data type too, okay, like this. So basically practically भी देखो, whenever you are going to
मतलब सर ओपन
yes,
प्लेटफॉर्म है ना, मतलब ऐसे कोई अथॉराइज्ड छोड़ना है सर ये किसी के लिए, मतलब जावा ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म है ना, मतलब ये तो
yeah, it is a open play, this is a open, but you have to follow some rules na. It's not like that if it is open so we can write whatever we want, got
नहीं,
it?
चेंजेस
Yeah.
वगैरह कौन करता है, मतलब सर ये पूछ रहा था, ऐसे चेंजेस
Okay,
वगैरह।
okay, okay. You are so right now you're see starting में आपका Sun Micro System के पास था, now it is under your Oracle.
ओके सर।
Okay, so now the Oracle team, even it is a kind of a, you can say that Oracle platform वो भी करते हैं, even बहुत सारे लोग उसमें open source के through भी इस पे work करते हैं, but right now it is under your Oracle corporation. Okay, now
So,
any other question? Yes.
अगर केस वन जैसे सेटिस्फाई कर दिया और अपन ने ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट नहीं डाला है, तो जो बाकी के नीचे के केसेस है वो मतलब i इक्वल्स टू 2 तो नहीं था ना, तो उस पे क्यों प्रिंट
Yeah,
किया स्टेटमेंट?
that is why, that is the issue with, not the issue, but you will see the functionality of sometimes we want कि जो भी cases अगर कोई भी एक, if you want to execute, write a program, and based on that program if we are satisfying this condition, any one of the condition, then whatever the condition that are after that particular statement, we just want to execute those statements, okay. So in that scenario what they have used, they have write it down switch statement in such a way that whatever the statement, even though if they are satisfying or not satisfying, but if they are after that satisfying condition, okay, so automatically we are going to execute those statements, okay, like this. So I will tell you about the scenario 2. Suppose आपका कोई एक scenario है and you want to check, for example you have 100 test cases and you want to check कि अगर कोई भी एक test case भी तुम्हारा accept मतलब agree कर जाता है, okay, then in that scenario whatever the rest of the test cases that are there after that particular test case, execute all the test cases. So in that scenario what you will do, you will just, you don't use that break statement over there. So what will happen, agar suppose case 1 hai, for example we have case 3 too, okay, let's assume we have case 3 in that scenario too. So what will happen, अगर suppose वो तुम्हारा केस, कोई भी केस अगर वो एक्सेप्ट करता है according to our code, if it is going to satisfy any one of the case, let's assume it is satisfying case 2 over here, So right now byte I is equals to 2, and I have written switch I is equals to, it will pass 2. So it will not satisfy my first case, then it will satisfy my second case. So write it down as by. Okay. So now if I'm going to execute this code, so you will see the output which I will get it over there is two things, your high word and your by word. Okay, so automatically, so this is the concept, that is why I'm telling you is that even though you can see it over there, okay, why it is not satisfying this case, why we are executing these cases, how it can print these statements if we are not satisfying the case. So the way they have written this switch statement in such a way that if you are not going to write down break statement, then whatever the statements that are after, if we haven't used like your break statement and whatever the statement we are satisfying it, so those statements which are after that particular statement, it will be executed automatically. Okay, then it don't it not it no need to means satisfy these cases for that particular scenario.
Sir, if
Okay.
there is a default statement at the end, then it will default statement also.
Yeah, it will also print. Okay, so now you have an idea about what these case statements are. Okay, and I have also told you about the functionality of break statement too. So if you are going to write break statement, so it will execute only that particular statement, otherwise it will terminate your code. If you are not using break statement, then whatever the cases that are after that particular case, if that particular case is satisfying the condition, it will execute all those expressions. Now we have one more keyword in your, or one more case in your in your switch statement, that is your default case. Okay, so default case, as I told you, that it acts as a your else case. If no cases we are satisfying, so it will surely it will execute that particular case also. So let's execute this program. So once you will execute this program, so you already know that here it is, you don't have any break statement. So one thing which is very important in your switch statement is that this default case will be executed at the last. Okay, like in your if else condition, you already know that which statement you executed at last, you always execute else statement. Similarly, at last my default statement gets executed. That's why if you are going to execute this code, so you know that first of all it will print high word, then it will print by word, and then it will print your default word. Okay, so now because we haven't used break statement right now, so right now you can see in the output it will print a high word, by word, and your default word. Okay, so it will execute all the cases. Now what I want, if I'm going to write I equals to 7 over there, see what I have written over there, I equals to 7. So now it is not satisfying case 1, case 2, and case 3. So automatically whenever it is not satisfying any case and you have written a default statement, so that is why it will execute automatically your default statement. Okay, so always remember default statement will act as a your what we call it as your else statement. But in your Java programming language, I told you that you cannot write your else statement ahead of your if statement. If you are going to write it down like that, you will get an error. But in Java program, I can write default statement ahead of, I can write it down like this. Okay, so it is valid. It is valid in Java. But always remember, like if in an exam, if we are going to give you this question, okay, so it's how my compiler is executing the code. Always remember, okay, because we should know how our compiler is going to execute this code. So first of all, it will directly go into your case 1. So it will not go default statement. Why it will not go directly to the default statement? Because I told you that a default statement will be executed at the last, even though if you have written in your first means before first case, if you are going to write it down, even though what will happen, it will execute your this thing, right? Okay, so here in this case, okay, I think now they have changed this thing. Because now we are able to execute. Earlier, I think in the earlier version, that functionality is not there. Okay. Now, yeah. So that's great that I have executed this code on my this compiler. This compiler is that now you can see it over there. See, the way you have write it down, the code is default over there. So it is satisfying the condition first. So it will execute default over there. But I have to check it out. Okay, I will check it out and I will let you know, because according to the book, the default this default statement will be executed at last. But here you can see it over there, default executed, they have executed first. That is why we are getting hello world, hi word, as well as bye word too. Okay, so I will check it out. Yes.
सर अगर if statement valid होता है तो else statement print थोड़ी ना होता है.
अगर if no see, मैंने जो if और else के जो context में, see you are not understanding the context. मैंने जो कंटेक्स्ट में तुम्हारा डिफॉल्ट केस यूज किया था, वो डिफॉल्ट केस इसलिए यूज नहीं किया था कि अगर इफ सही होगा एल्स सही होगा वाला केस, नहीं. मैंने डिफॉल्ट केस तुम्हारा जो कंटेक्स्ट में यूज किया था, वो ये कंटेक्स्ट था बेसिकली कि रेस्ट ऑफ द केसेस. इफ कंडीशन में क्या होता है, अगर इफ यू आर गोइंग टू राइट, जैसे यहाँ पर मैंने लिखा था, इफ 5 इज ग्रेटर देन 6 देन इट विल प्रिंट द वैल्यू दिस. अदरवाइज जो भी तुम्हारे रेस्ट ऑफ द केसेस होंगे, लाइक अभी तो तुम्हारा चलो यहाँ पर तुमने कांस्टेंट वैल्यूज यूज की हैं, लेकिन फिर भी जो तुम्हारे रेस्ट ऑफ द केसेस होंगे वहां पर तुम्हारी एल्स स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट होगी. ओके, लाइक दिस. तो सिमिलरली मैंने यहाँ पर डिफॉल्ट को उस नरेशन में लिया था. तो द नरेशन बिहाइंड दिस इज दैट कि जो तुम्हारा डिफॉल्ट केस होगा, इट मींस दैट कि अगर कोई भी केस तुम्हारा सेटिस्फाई नहीं करेगा कंडीशन, ओके, like here in this case, case 1 is not satisfying the condition, case 2 is also not satisfying the condition, case 3 is also satisfying that particular condition. So in that scenario it will execute your default case. Okay, but according to the theory concept which I have gone through books, so according to those concept हमारे क्या होता है, default case सबसे last में execute करता है, even though अगर हम उसको पहले लिखें. But now I think they have changed the functionality, is that even though if we are going to write this default statement ahead of these cases, so it will execute default case first. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, it is understandable कि default statement execute करेगा, but ये case 1, case 2 और case 3 क्यों execute कर रहा है पर?
Okay, why it is executed? See, because I haven't written break statement over there. Got it?
Yeah sir, but like अगर ये default statement हम अगर last में लिखते हैं, तो अगर वो बस default statement.
Okay, I got your point. You are saying कि ये actually वही मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ, the concept where even I am having some doubt, I will tell you about that thing, is that order. Actually, generally in most of the scenarios, even in reality also, what you are going to do, you are going to write this default statement at last. Okay, आप क्या करोगे, हमेशा ये default statement को सबसे last में लिखोगे. This is what you are going to do. Okay, but here अभी वाला क्या सिनेरियो में हो रहा है, अगर हम ये डिफॉल्ट स्टेटमेंट को पहले लिख रहे हैं, सपोज आई विल टेल यू अबाउट दिस. ओके, तो लेट मी एग्जीक्यूट. अगर मैं अभी ये कोड एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा, सो इन दैट सिनेरियो आई विल ओनली गेट द आउटपुट दैट इज योर डिफॉल्ट वर्ड. ओके, बिकॉज एज आई टोल्ड यू, हमारा जो स्विच स्टेटमेंट करता है वो टॉप टू बॉटम करता है. गॉट इट? सो लास्ट में मेरा डिफॉल्ट आ रहा है, डिफॉल्ट के बाद कोई केस नहीं है एंड कोई ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट भी नहीं है, तो उसके बाद कोई हमारा कोई केस नहीं आ भी नहीं रहा है. बट इफ आई एम गोइंग टू राइट इट डाउन दिस डिफॉल्ट केस अर्लियर, ओके, if I am going to write this default case earlier, then if I am going to execute this code, okay, now you can see it over there that it is basically considering all the cases. Because first क्या करेगा, switch तुम्हारा first ये default case execute करेगा, it is satisfying default, so default तो करेगा ही हमेशा case. Got it? So after that what it is going to execute, it is basically executing all the cases over there. So I have to check it out. Okay, now I can find it out this whether it is correct or false, whether I am executing default case first or default case last. So now according to my knowledge, okay, if I am going to write I equals to 1, then in that scenario it should print only hello word, hi word and bye word. or it's better if I'm going to write I equals to 3. So according to you, you already know that यहाँ पर अभी कौन सा print करना चाहिए? It should print by word over there. So let's check it out. So if I'm going to execute this code, so I'm getting by word over there. Okay, I'm getting by word over there. So that is why I'm getting the output. It means, see, हमारा compiler कैसे execute कर रहा है, अब मैं समझ गया. So how my compiler is basically executing this code is that, first of all, it is considering, always remember, because this point is very important, okay? And even I have figured it out right now. That is why I'm explaining. कि सबसे पहले वो switch statement में check करेगा क्या तुम्हारा case है, okay? And always remember, वो हमेशा cases को first execute करेगा, then वो default case को बाद में execute करेगा. Now let's assume here in this case आपका case 3 is satisfying the condition. Okay, case 3 satisfy कर रहा है condition, so it will execute, properly execute this statement. And if after this statement, इसके बाद अगर कोई statement है, then it will print those statement message too. Okay, but here you can see it over there कि आपके case 3 के बाद और कोई cases है ही नहीं. Okay, so that is why you are just getting the output by word over here. Otherwise, अगर मैं यहाँ पर case equals to I equals to 2 print करूंगा, then what output I will get? I will get high word and your by word. These two messages I will get it if I am going to execute this code. Always remember like this. Okay.
So can you explain it in the next class? Time is
Okay.
over.
Okay, so this is all about this concept, and just try to figure it out. Okay, so I think I will explain other topics in the next class. Okay, just go through it. Otherwise, this is the only last case which I just want to tell you about, the default case. Okay,
सर इसको LMS पे भी अपलोड कर देना सर.
Yeah, I will upload these slides. Okay, but main thing है, even I am just going to end this session. कोई doubt है, you can directly ask me. अगर किसी के पास कोई doubt है, rest other student if they want they can leave it.
Sir, so it is
Oh,
executing
sir,
from top
means
to the
this-
bottom and then again going for default and then from top to the bottom.
See, ये execute कैसे कर रहा है? I just want to explain. Let me tell you, ये execute कैसे कर रहा है? Yeah. So see, ये दो scenarios ले रहा है. सबसे first scenario जब ये execute कर रहा है, जब भी हम कोई switch case ले रहे हैं, so it will always go from cases. सबसे पहले ये cases को देख रहा है, and then उसके बाद क्या दे रहा है, ये default को check कर रहा है. अगर cases satisfy condition कर रहे हैं, so it always execute cases first, then it will execute default. अगर कोई भी cases तुम्हारे satisfy नहीं condition कर रहे हैं, तो वो default को automatically execute कर देगा. Got it? So this is the important thing. Now, but during execution क्या हो रहा है? Whenever अगर हमारा even हमने default case अगर पहले लिख रखा है, and suppose हमारा कोई भी case, if you are not satisfying any cases, then in that scenario तो हमारा automatically default case ही execute करेगा. You already know about this thing कि अगर हमारा कोई भी case meet नहीं करेगा, then what it will do, if we have written default case earlier, then these cases, अगर हमने cases से पहले हमने default case लिख रखा है, then what it will do, it will always execute if we haven't used break statement. Okay, always remember, अगर हमने break statement नहीं लिख रखी है, then in that scenario, whatever the case which is satisfying that condition, whatever the cases which are below that particular satisfying condition, all those statement gets printed. Always keep in your mind. वो सब के सब स्टेटमेंट तुम्हारे प्रिंट होंगे, जो भी स्टेटमेंट, जो भी केस तुम्हारा सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है कंडीशन. This is in a simple language, if I will explain this concept. Okay, जो भी केस तुम्हारा सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, आफ्टर दैट जो भी तुम्हारी स्टेटमेंट है, वो सब के सब तुम्हारी एग्जीक्यूट. Got the point? Or any doubt?
Sir, if any case is satisfying, then it won't go for default value, isn't it?
Yeah. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या हो रहा है, देखो मैंने तुम्हें दो मोड में बताया ना. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट विल चेक फॉर केसेस कि कोई केसेस तुम्हारे चेक हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे हैं. गॉट इट? अगर वो केस तुम्हारे सेटिस्फाई हो रहे हैं, इफ दीज केसेस आर सेटिस्फाइंग और कंडीशन, सो इट वोंट गो टू डिफॉल्ट केस. ओके, तो डिफॉल्ट केस को एग्जीक्यूट वैसे नहीं करेगा. गॉट इट? अगर हमारा केस, सो लेट्स व्हाट आई वांट टू से इज दैट अभी हमने i इक्वल्स टू 2 कर रखा है. गॉट इट? तो यू ऑलरेडी नो कि ये डिफॉल्ट केस को एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेगा. तो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज ओनली सेटिस्फाइंग केस 2, एंड व्हाटएवर द स्टेटमेंट, अगर इसने इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाई कर दिया, whatever the statements that are after this case number 2, it will satisfy all the cases.
Sir, if default was written on the bottom, then it would satisfy default as well.
Yeah, in that scenario, we see because order matter karta hai, because how we are ordering or the writing down the cases, then in that scenario it will also print default word too. So high word, by word, as well as default word. See, 3 output you are getting. Got it?
सब वो ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट लगा देते तो नहीं होता ना.
हाँ, ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट लगाओगे तो वो तुम्हारा टर्मिनेट कर देगा पूरा प्रोग्राम. If you are going to write, if you will write break over there, then it will print only your high word over here. Okay, see, you are getting only high word here. But अगर तुम यहाँ पर ब्रेक नहीं लगाते हो, then कोई भी केस अगर सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है कंडीशन, गॉट इट? सो जो भी स्टेटमेंट उसके बाद है आफ्टर दैट, और अगर कोई भी ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट नहीं है, then it will execute all those statement. Got it? So अगर मैं i equals to 7, now you just tell me so that I will understand कि तुम्हें concept समझ में आया नहीं. If I am going to write i equals to 7, then what will be my output?
Only default value.
Default word.
Only default word you will get. Okay, only default word you will get. If I am going to write it down, if I am going to move, see, if I am going to move default word over here, now if I am going to execute, what output I will get?
Everything,
All.
sir.
All.
Everything we will get.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will get all the cases. So that is why this is very important, how we are basically writing all these codes. Okay, so rest of the thing we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Okay, okay then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
and
sir.
happy Holi in advance.
Happy Holi, sir.
Happy Holi, sir.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi, sir.
Okay.